Okay, so I hope everybody can hear me. I hope the microphone isn't gonna like jab out or junk out or something like that. Mic check, mic check. Okay, cool. Um, so it's been about a couple of weeks, and honestly, I like this hair better than my other wig. So I'm gonna try to find and buy this wig again. At least maybe like get a couple more. Because honestly, babe, I look better this way. My face looks better this way. So, all jokes about self gratification about my looks aside, now I have been thinking about a lot of things for the past couple weeks, and I have actually put out a tweet saying that I was gonna stay, off of stream and do my like Zen the Zone Zero review at the end of the month. It's getting close to the review time. It's not going to be a full 30 days because I got hit by a barrel here in Houston. So it's going to be like at least 3 days. At least 3 days difference. But it nonetheless, it's going to be towards the end of the month after I play CCZ. And as full disclosure, I am F2P. I haven't spent a single dime in that game. Um, but yeah, that's a thing. Also, there is one more thing I need to mention. I do have a second YouTube channel called Tartarus Queen Dragoness, and I usually post videos about transgender topics over there in that channel. And most likely, this video is going to be uploaded, probably edited differently, because this video is going to be uploaded on a gaming channel, and I'm going to be focusing on pretty much like anime and gaming in this channel, because anime gacha games and stuff like that. So I figured why not just do it on here and flip it over there into a script on the second channel to where I talk about transgender stuff and then talk about gaming at the end. So that's pretty much what I'm going to end up doing. Um, it's been like about 2 years since I uploaded a video on that one. I've left that for reasons I have stated in my last video over there 2 years ago. But I'm gonna plan to upload that over there for members of the trans community to to watch over there. So why just put like one? Why make a long video about this in two different topics? Because it's all pretty much related at this point in time. Um, let's be real here, people. The gaming community, especially the anime gacha and anime, communities in general, it's leeching in, or maybe it's vice versa, uh, to the whole degeneracy of what's going on with the Mr. Beast and Chris incident. Finster came out and said it about the whole situation. I'm just gonna, just leave it at that. You could check out the video about what Finster had said about all that. But for the most part, I'm just gonna spend this entire time just talking about this whole entire mess that's been going on and how I really personally feel about all this. And yes, it's going to be a long video, so it just doesn't make any sense for me to separate it into the two different videos because it's all pretty much related under like the same topic. And as you all know, that I'm not really good when it comes to not scripting what I'm saying. Um, because I have a very, very terrible ability, uh, in speaking without having a script, but if it turns out that way, then just forgive me. It's just the way it is. Um, but I've been in pretty much a good number of communities within the 40 years of my life that I've been on this planet. Um, yes, I'm older than Doro, 44. I was born in 1984, February 5th, 1984. Yep, I'm a millennial. Woohoo! Uh, but in any case, let me like readjust this light over here because I'm getting like this weird shadow on my forehead. Okay, but in any case, we're gonna start with the anime community. Okay, we're really gonna start there, and this is gonna tie into the whole like Hoyoverse game thing, and then it's gonna go into the trans thing. Uh, and on the other channel, it's gonna, you know how it is. I don't need to explain myself anymore. Um, so in my 40 years on this planet, I have seen some of the most ridiculous things that happen in uh with anime. Now, I know Joey the Anime Man, even Connor, even what's his face, Lost Paws, probably pretty much know about the complete degeneracy of the anime community. Let's be real here, people. I guarantee you that a lot of you people who are playing these like anime gacha games really aren't real weeps. A lot of you are. Some of you are, but a lot of you I don't think are complete weeps. Um, you would think, oh, but I watched like Hunter x Hunter or Attack on Titan. That's great. Good for you, man. Uh, but have you watched Land of the Lustrous? Oh, what's that anime? Have you watched what is it called? Great Teacher Onizuka? Inuyasha? Ranma One Half? Dusk Maiden of Amnesia? How about Doki Doki Magica? Black Rock Shooter? Uh, what else? The anime with the railgun shooter girl that flips the coin and she has like lightning powers. I forgot what that anime is called. Um, how about well, how about Uzaki-chan? Shout out to Chibi Reviews for shedding light on the whole Uzaki-chan thing. But yeah, there's Uzaki-chan. There's Tokyo Mew Mew. Ever heard of that anime? Tokyo Mew Mew? No. Uh, how about what Valkyrie Drive? Yuri anime. How about a yaoi anime? Um, what is it called? Love Stage? Anybody ever heard of Love Stage? No? Any of you watch the Rite of Passage trifecta anime as becoming called a weeb by watching Boku no Pico? Yep, I watched it, and I sat there and I watched all three episodes: Boku no Pico, Boku no Chico, and Boku no Pico Chico Nico. It's such a disturbing anime. I even remember the entire title of every single one of those anime. Yeah, I don't understand why it's a rite of passage anime into Weedville, but it is what it is, okay? Okay, you cannot call yourself a weeb and be indicted, and be invoked by the powers of weeb the weeb god himself unless you watch that trifecta anime. Don't ask me who came up with that rule. It is what it is. Okay. So yeah, there's a lot of anime out there, and to be quite honest, the Japanese culture, as far as anime is concerned, people think that it's the Western audience that is completely and utterly degenerate, and saying that the Western audience is the one that's actually the one that's looting the lollies. I'm here to tell you right now, it's not. Okay, it's not. Okay, if you watch Boku no Pico, you think Boku no Pico was the only anime out there going triple X on minors? No, no. There exists on the market in Japan anime that actually does sexualize minors. It's a very small niche. I'm well aware of that. Um, I'm pretty sure I know that Connor and Lost Paws and the Anime Man know even know about this anime, this type of genre anime, but I don't think they've made videos about it because it's so disgusting and it's so disturbing that uh they're saying that they're asking like why does it even exist? Okay, so if you think the lewdness started with the Gacha community, you're completely wrong. No, it started in Japan. Okay, it's been a thing in Japan for fucking decades. It's just that very few people even know that it existed. So very few people know that it exists. Do I know it exists? Of course I did. Um, about a couple months after like I watched Boku no Pico, there is now this was many years ago when I was like a horny teenager. Okay, this was many years ago. Um, and I saw the synopsis of some of these like anime, and I was like, okay, it's a triple X anime, like like what could go wrong, and stuff like that. And truth be told, I'm not even gonna lie about this. I did watch a very degenerate anime. One, one. I don't remember the name, but I know I watched it, and I know that halfway through, I was like, nah, fam. No, fam. I turned it off, and I was like, I spent like literally like 15-20 minutes contemplating like, why does this exist in Japan? Huh? What did I just witness? I thought Boku no Pico was terrible. I honestly thought I didn't think that there was people in Japan that actually are into that kind of genre. And to be quite honest with you, it's not a lot, but it's a from what I read. I mean, I looked on the internet, and I was like, okay, is this something that's in Japan? and stuff like that. Is it like normalized? And to be quite honest, it really isn't. But there are people that actually lewd lollies and underage females in Japan. And this was like 15 to 20 years ago. Okay, this was like literally 15 to 20 years ago when I found this out. And I'm just like, wow. Wow. And I have seen some anime like over like many years ago that the anime girls back then, especially like the elementary school, like even Cardcaptor Sakura, there was some very suggestive uniforms because what's her face, Madison, the the friend of Sakura. But as it turns out, she was a lesbian and she had the hots for Sakura. That's why she made the eye candy uniforms for Sakura, because it was for Madison's own viewing pleasure. Uh, Not many people knew about this, but I did a background check and I was like, oh, okay. And needless to say, it didn't make the third season in America. It did 2 seasons and then just stopped right there. There was like a third and fourth season in Japan, and that's when Sakura fell in love with the sword guy. So it's like, you're lost, Madison. But yeah, I mean that's a thing. And then we fast forward today with the situation with like Genshin Impact and Hoyoverse games in general, and there's this like viral video that's been going out about Dawei and the point of his games, having like a companionship type of set of games for lonely men. I guess you could say in more layman's terms. Um, so that's the view scope that I'm getting into with this video right here that I'm making. Um, so it wasn't no secret. Genshin Impact, they had Noel. I mean, I was a Noel simp. Okay, let's be real. I was a Noel simp. Now nowadays it's like, it's Shenhe. I'm gonna keep it real. Nowadays it's like Shenhe, Furina, maybe Chiori. I don't know. For some odd reason, I like Geo characters. Even Yunjin. Jesus Christ. Uh, but usually I have a thing for white-haired anime girls anyway, so it's like Shenhe. I mean, Yalan was gorgeous too. That, don't get me wrong. She was gorgeous. Um, and then came the whole like Cleve fan art that came out. Even the Sayu fan art and the Diona art. Uh, notice I'm using a lot of air quotes. Art, okay? It's not art, people. I know what you're doing, okay? Tectone even knew what you're doing. Was it disturbing? Absolutely. it was very, very, very disturbing. But I'm starting to see some nowadays with the release of Zenless Zone Zero. Okay, it is rated China. Under China law, it is rated as a mature game. Okay, and there is going to be a fair amount of, let's just keep it a buck. There's going to be significantly more fan service than in Honkai, that even maybe more than Honkai Impact Third. Okay, there's more fan service than Genshin Impact. There's certainly, definitely more fan service than Honkai Star Rail, for damn sure. Okay, lots of fan service and and crazy stuff in Zenless Zone Zero that makes me think like, okay, this is gonna end up being too much. I see, I see the things that happen with the anime community, and later discussing what's going on with the trans community. I see now where why everybody is getting cringe from the really degenerate people of the anime community. Okay, and they leached from the anime community. Let's just be real. Everything that happens with the looting of the of lolly characters, especially in Zenless Zone Zero, it starts with the anime community because that's what it is. It's an anime RPG, right? Made by China. Are we in agreement on there? So, of course, there's gonna be a lot of fan service. And people had a problem with Nekobata's design because she was wearing, like in closed beta, one of the closed betas, she was wearing a bikini bottom. But then prior to release, they changed it to where she was wearing not booty shorts, but a little bit longer than booty shorts. Which was okay in my opinion. I think Nekobata is a very adorable character, as it is, just an adorable character. Now, I just want to make absolutely clear about this. Nobody should have a problem with lolly characters, okay? In the anime genre, lolly characters are used as comedic relief, okay? That's all it is. Comedic relief, okay? There was a lolly character in the cyberpunk anime. Comedic relief. Death Note, the blonde girl. Comedic relief. Uh, what is it? Konosuba with Explosion Girl. Comedic relief. What is it called? Dragon Maid with the little baby white dragon, and that hijinks with the lesbian with that lesbian girl. Comedic relief. Okay, lolly characters in anime. Let's be crystal clear about all this. It is used as comedic relief. Okay. Yeah, Anya from Spy Family. Okay, another perfect example. Comedic fucking relief. Okay? Great example. Spy Family. Anya. Cool. But there's people in the anime community, even in Japan, let's just keep it a buck, that lewd Anya. And I think her name is Kana in Dragon Maid. It could be wrong. You guys could correct me on that one. Um, so yeah, it's not just the Western audience. It is the anime community uh, the dark side of the anime community, and it just doesn't stem from the Western culture. Although the Western side kind of like set gasoline to the fire that was already there, and just like exploded it all, which resulted in the whole lolicon situation. Um, for those of you who don't know, lolicon is what was first a word. It's a combination of words to describe a convention of uh lollies in Japan. Okay, lolicons used to mean Lolita convention. Okay, nowadays it's used as a degenerate term to be used as PDF files. Okay, because of what happened many years ago. The last time that I ever heard uh, lolicon used as its intended term was way back in 2005. Okay, that was the last time I ever heard lolicon being used as it was intended. Okay, and it was a subculture back there in Japan with girls that wore the outfits of their favorite lolly characters in their favorite anime uh in a convention, in an anime convention. That's like between the ages of 16 and 25, and they would wear these uniforms in a lolly convention. Okay, Lolita convention. But there was a lot of creeps and stuff like that. It was around the time where like J-pop idols. I remember a manager of a J-pop idol group was pretty much pimping out the girls to get more money. He had them do pleasurable acts to secret clients. Uh, so that was the thing. Um, so you can understand like what I'm thinking and all this other stuff, and you can see where I'm coming from with this. So there was definitely a problem. The lolly conventions, they just like they disappeared afterwards. There was no more. I think laws were passed to say, yeah, no, fam, you're good. Now we're gonna turn this lolicon into a degenerate label, and we're not gonna do lolly conventions anymore. That's how it is. Did the book actually do something? Yeah, I mean it set more fuel to the fire, but it wasn't the spark that set the fire ablaze, and it wasn't even the tinder either. What was the spark and the tinder was the degenerate side of the anime community. So that was the case. So going on to Zenless Zone Zero, um, and with it being a mature rated game, you got characters like Nekomata, Piper, Lucy, and Corin, right? Those are the four lolly characters. Um, Piper, Piper's and Nekomata's design, I don't really see a problem with that. It starts getting iffy with Lucy, but I don't know what the bloody hell they did with Corin. I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. I nah, fam. I'm just like, hold on. I'm like, nah, fam. I'm. I'm all good. You know what I'm saying? I'm all good. I don't need to be reminded about the whole degenerate side of anime at all. No, just like, dude, I'm gonna like seriously just do my review video about Zenless Zone Zero, and I'm just gonna like fucking drop the game because it's it's really creepy what they did with Corrin. First of all, you got this very suggestive pose of Corrin looking under her skirt in her character profile. If you go to the skills portion of the menu, you can she's letting you look up her skirt. And if you do her companion quest, you'll start to see that it gets a little bit creepy. Okay, during her companion quest, I'm just like, at first it's like, okay, when you first talk to Corrin in Luina Square, uh, she's like, oh, I didn't think you see me this way. Now, it was like okay, it was like a companion like little quest saying like, Corrin needs to get courage because she's kind of like a kind of a meek little girl and stuff like that. So you could probably take that out of context about the whole, oh, I didn't think you'd see me that way. It kind of gets iffy right there, but it gets really weird later down the line with Corrin's companion quest when she talks about lubrication. Um, it's I don't know who the scriptwriter is or the translator is for the lines of that. You dude, like that's crossing the line already right there. And I don't think the voice actor even realizes what they were saying. To be quite honest with you, I don't think they knew what they were saying. And let's be people think that the voice artists, voice actors and actresses know what's going on. No, they don't. I mean, GTA voice actors and motion film capture artists typically don't really know where the recorded lines are going to be replaced, what scenes are going to be implemented to place those recorded lines. Typically, they don't know that. They just record even My Little Pony. They record the lines and they do the mouth motions of the anime characters, right? That's how they do it. They don't. The only people that I know of that would do like uh on-set animations with looking at their characters, the only people that I know of are that do that are Disney and Pixar, because they literally showed it doing it. But typically, like anime and like video games and stuff like that, they don't do that. I don't know why. It seems a little weird, but uh, mm. To each their own, I guess. I don't know, but Corrin is, yeah. I could definitely see that people are gonna end up having a problem for sure. Um, and so I don't. And this is now in the midst of the voice actor to Mose, I guess. That was no, was he was defending a PDF file, I guess. And so he had to step down and say, there's just still, oh my god. Mm, there's a lot of mess that's going around. Uh, especially with the English VAs. I oh god, it's giving me a headache. Really, honestly, I'm a little bit perturbed and appalled that this is even a thing. Um, it's a rated M game that should have given red flags or started off sending off signals to a lot of people that say, you know what, this is going to be a pretty degenerate game that is geared to pretty much what it looks like, the Japanese audience. And knowing that there is what I explained before, like 15 minutes ago, 10-15 minutes ago, that there is definitely a very uh questionably moral side to the Japanese anime community. Um Especially amongst its animators. Uh so if you connect the dots, you see where I'm going with this. And I'm just like I'm just like standing beside myself, and I'm just like I can't believe this is a thing. Why is this even a thing? I'm just like I'm glad I didn't spend money on the game. Truly, honestly, I'm gonna drop it by the end of the month because yeah, that's just too much for me, dude. The Hoyoverse have really definitely crossed the line with this one. I'm as much as I want to play the game further. I mean, number one, it was an L for them for me because I don't really care for that type of combat. But the biggest L, and I think the number one L, is gonna be Corrin. Nah, fam, I'm good. I am definitely good. I will see you later. I don't mind playing Honkai Star Rail. Uh, Genshin Impact, objectively as gameplay is concerned, is an okay game. I might go back to it later, but the community over there is mm, not very healthy. So I'm gonna go stick with Star Rail, and then I'm gonna do definitely Wua. I'm gonna take on Neverness to Everness or Everness to Neverness. I keep getting that mixed up. I'm gonna go and do what is it called? Project Mugen. Definitely gonna do Pal World. Uh, Duet Night Abyss. Take on those games because they look very interesting. I'm not a I never played a Dark Souls game, so it'd be very interesting to see like an anime off take of such a game. So yeah, that's gonna be very interesting. I'm very interested in that one. Um, and I am definitely going to try my hand at Honkai Impact Second Impact. No, was it called Honkai Third Second Impact? Jeez, I forgot what it's called. I forgot how it's titled. But as far as Zenless Zone Zero, nah, nah, I'm dropping it. That is the one Hoyo game I'm not gonna stream. I'm not gonna play at the end of this month, and we're all good. Okay, so we talked about the whole anime situation. We talked about the whole uh Hoyoverse situation. Although I did touch up on it a little bit. Maybe not as much as I should, but it's I just don't understand why it's just the English VAs. Like it's literally just the English VAs. I don't know why that's even a thing. Like I've been noticing this as a trend. It's just the English VAs. Like what the hell is going on in America? Like legitimately, it is just mind-boggling. What the hell is going on over here with the anime and the gacha community? It's just like what? I have a headache now. Okay, and I'm gonna keep stressing this enough. Nobody should have a problem with lolly characters if they are used for their intended purposes. Corn is not being used as its intended purpose. Lucy and Piper, yeah, they haven't crossed the line at all. I don't play Piper or Lucy, so I wouldn't really give my take on them because I haven't built them and played them. But Corin is I'm done. Once the 30th or the 31st happens, I'm out. We're good. Which now I'm gonna segue into the whole situation with Mr. Beast's partner. Not partner. That's a very incorrect term. um, because that insinuates that she had relations with Mr. Beast, which is not the case. Uh, we're 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 gonna talk about that part of the thing because a lot of the time the trans community lately has been viewed as PDF files. Okay, that's been lately the rhetoric that's been going on for the past few years. Even Finster has not specifically talked about it, like, but has like touched upon it, saying that the trans community lately has been in a very unpopular light as of late. Okay, and Finster really hasn't said much about that, especially since like he's now starting to transition. Um, Kudos to Finster. May your journey to womanhood be an exceptionally um what's the word, glorious um endeavor. I know that came out disingenuous, but it's really hard for me to come up with the correct words on the spot. Okay, it really is. Um, but you should read more. Maybe you could get more English vocabulary if you read more. Trust me, I have read plenty of books in my lifetime, and I still screw up in communication. Okay, I get it. Okay, without a script, I really truly fuck up. Okay, I'm surprised I'm even, I'm surprised I'm even actually successfully doing this without a hitch. For the most part, I think I might have went on a couple of different tangents. Um, but um, it has been a thing that's been going on for quite some time. Uh, and it really started back in like 2019. Like it really flared up in 2019 with the whole like march for like, oh, we need bathroom rights in America for the trans people. Oh, we want to work. Okay, and for the most part, You guys had rights the entire fucking 80 years since the Stonewall riots. Like, what the bloody hell is wrong with you? Even the United States Supreme Court said you are a bunch of mindless dumb fucks who don't know what you've been giving 80 years ago. From the civil rights movement. You had the Black Panthers, and then you had the Stonewall riots, and people were working together back then. Why is it that we're doing this now out of all times? Oh, because you're impatient. Okay. Here's the thing. There prior to the whole debacle in 2019 with the transgender bathroom rights and workplace inclusionment, trans people, even people like myself, were having jobs in the government sector, even holding higher powers of office. Like here in Texas, there was like a a governor. Was it a governor? No, it was a mayor. There was a small town mayor who was trans, but they had to step down because of the stupidity that's been going around. And it wasn't because the guy the trans individual was forced to step down because of public opinion. Uh, she stepped down because she didn't want the peace to be disturbed in that part of the town by becoming another target for a clown show. Okay, that is the thing. And I'm just gonna keep it real. People like Chris, they're not a representation of the trans community. People like Jeffrey Marsh, they're not a representative of the trans community. Dylan Mulvaney doesn't speak for me. How about Blair White? No, not a chance. Okay. Number one, Blair White is a gatekeeper for people like me. Okay, I've seen her videos and stuff like that. Yes, she does still have her appendage, so to speak. But you know, just because you have the ability to go full out with your full body transformation doesn't mean that you can keep everybody out. There's still people out there like me who either A, for financial reasons they can't do that, or B, not financial, for health reasons I can't do that. So I'm fine. I'm perfectly okay with doing this. Not conforming to my gender. There's a lot of people who I will admit there is a good amount of transphobia. Okay, but the thing is that the transphobia is growing because of people like Jeffrey Marsh, of people like Dylan Mulvaney, definitely people like Chris, and certainly definitely people like Blair White, even going as far as the famous trans shooter. There was two trans shootings. Okay, one taking the lives of innocent kids with an AK-47 or a couple of AR-15s in a church school does not define the trans community. I'm sorry. I am glad that the police ended up taking the life of that individual, and it's shocking to see that there are people who are saying, "Oh, this person was a victim among six other victims, and they were literally holding up seven fingers. Okay, I'm holding up one finger for you guys. No, no, there's. I've even seen a video about, what was it, Dave Shapiro? I think that's what his name is, Dave Shapiro, with that famous interview saying there was this like, you know, transvestite, and I'm gonna say this, it's a transvestite because I'm using it as its originally intended word. Whoever was the dumb fuck that said, "Oh, transvestite, it means that you're a very very degenerate lewd person." No, whoever was the dumb fuck who made that word into a degenerate word is crazy. Okay, it is just completely crazy. That just like it just completely alienates a group of people that are just like that. And there's people outside of America that's literally labeled a transvestite, and they are what they are. They're a trans individual, but they only do it in dress. It's it's not like a transsexual, okay, where you transition physically, because there are people out there as well as not only financial problems, not only because of health issues, but because they don't want to go through the pain and suffering of transitioning, especially since it's going to be ending up a botched surgery. Okay, there's plenty of people out there that are like basically like me, and that are not Blair White, and they're certainly definitely not Dylan Mulvaney and Jeffrey Marsh and Chris, for that example. Um, so what does everybody have to say about this? And like, where the hell am I going with this? The trans community is full of nice people, and it's a damn shame that there exists people like Chris, Dylan, Jeffrey, and that they're seen as the representation of the trans community. No, they're not. No, I'm gonna tell you right now. You guys are the biggest L's in the entirety of the trans community, hands fucking down. And that's just the way it is. I'm gonna keep it a buck here. That's just the way it is. Okay. It honestly it hurts me. I was one of these days gonna go out into the job market dressed like this. I was perfectly fine. I'm perfectly content. I am not gonna do anything wrong. I'm gonna do everything that is, morally correct, you know, proper, everything, you know? And it's just a damn shame that there's a bunch of clowns that take advantage of a community that's trying to be accepted in society, and it's just getting ruined by these dumb fucks. It just like it pains me. It really does pain me. And I don't want to see them in my community. I want them to get the hell out. Really, I really honestly do. Okay? And to say that, oh, you still sound like, Blair White. No, no, fam, I'm not. You know the thing that gets me is that people see the outside. Okay, they hear what goes on the internet. Everything that you hear on the internet is not necessarily true. I'll admit there's some creeps in the trans community. I will admit there's some creeps in the trans community. Just like there's creeps in the anime community, that's like there's creeps in the gacha gaming community, just like there's creeps in the trans community. You know, they do exist, okay? But it's for some odd reason people just don't want to fight for the community that they're, you know, being a part of. The only community that I'm aware of that has protected its own people was the Brony community. Hands down, the Brony community. Let's be real here, people. Like, knock the fucking shit out of all the degenerates out of the community. That was the only community that I was a part of that knocked the fucking shit, kicked them out of the fucking community. And to be quite honest, there was one YouTuber that had questionable moral values um in the Brony community, and I was like, nah, this guy seems a little bit too weird. Uh, but you know, I've followed like in the Brody community, I followed people like AC Race Best and Black Griffin, which was the brother to one of the characters in in that anime, which was Apple Bloom. So you know, pretty much it was a very wholesome, very wholesome anime. It is so wholesome that there was some dumb fucks who said, "Oh, Derpy is being, you know, assaulted because they're making fun of mentally ill people." Bro, mentally challenged people and people from all walks of life gathered together and said, "No, we're not. We love Derpy for what she is. Why are you excluding Derpy?" And so it was like an entire year of fighting, and after an entire year, they brought back Derpy, and you know it was definitely a big middle finger to the dumb fucks of who said that we were making fun of mentally challenged people. We were not. Derpy was cute. We changed her name to Muffins. I well, I mean, it was a small price to pay, but we got Derpy back at that point in time, and the community was like so beautiful at that time. It was like we helped like depressed people. We helped like socially inept people. It was the number one most beautiful community I have ever been a part of. Yeah, there was some degenerates in there that I'm well aware of that created, you know, very lewd art, which at that point in time was called clopping. Okay, it's when you take yourself and put yourself as a pony form and you do triple X rated stuff. Uh, but a lot of us were aware of that, but we never discussed it. We never shed light on them. We just completely, totally ignored them. And in the background, we just kicked them out. We just kicked them out. We kicked the masses of the degenerate people out. And you know, there was fan art of ponies that was cool, but for the most part, it was clean. It was totally clean. Now there was some degenerate ones, but they were later deleted or gotten rid of. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm just with it all said and done, I'm just tired of all these crazy people making certain communities, whether it be the anime community, the Gacha community, the trans community. I'm just sick and tired of the spotlight being on these degenerate people. I don't want these degenerate people in my community. I don't condone the degenerate behavior of this community. Uh, you know, it's it goes against my moral values. It goes up against my scruples. I have boundaries. I don't know if these other degenerates have boundaries. They probably don't. They certainly do not, and they're not ashamed to admit it. But I never ever ever gonna associate with those people. I am me first before I am a trans individual. I am me first before I'm an anime fanatic. I am me first before any kind of pronoun. Okay? Which, by the way, if you want to call me he, her, she, him, whatever the case you want to go ahead and do, that's fine by me. I am not gonna get offended because I am me first before any fucking else. Okay? And that's really all I have to say about that. Okay? And I'm going to make. No, I don't think it's time yet. You know what? It is. If y'all guys have a problem with what I'm saying, I don't want you to do like YouTube comments hiding or go into Twitter and hiding behind your little computer screen and your keyboard. No, fam, no. We're gonna go harder than Tectone. We're gonna go harder than Tectone. Okay? You have a problem with whatever I'm saying, you and me, face to face. I want to see that crusty ass, red faced, pimply covered, unibrow, buck tooth, greasy hair face on my computer screen with your BS one eye or whatever the heck kind of eyeballs you have, and I want to talk to you. No DMs, no nothing. No DMs. That's how hard I'm gonna be. That that is 100% how hard I'm gonna be. And you know what? I'm gonna display it on YouTube. I'm gonna go live with it. I'm gonna display it on YouTube. I know you have a phone. I know you have the ability. It's 2024. There is no bloody way that you cannot get me on a video voice call, face to face, with me in 2024. Don't tell me you don't have a camera. Don't tell me you don't have a microphone. You can use your goddamn phone. Okay, you can use your bloody ass phone. Microphones, there are cheap ass microphones on the market. Cameras, there are cheap ass cameras on on the on the market. Amazon. There are even cameras built into your laptop, your mom's laptop, your computer, your laptop, whatever the case may be. I know you have a camera. I know you have a fucking microphone. Get on it and talk to me about it. No DMs, no nothing. We're gonna do it face to face. And depending on what you say, and depending on what you look like, I can either show you respect or we can all clown on you. It's that simple. That simple. Anyways, that's all I have to say about all that. Requiescat in pace, and I hope you guys I hope you guys live enriching lives. I honestly do. And be a good, decent human being for everybody. I love you all, but I will not love the degenerates. And you know exactly who you are. Requiescat in pace.